Toast, 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 toast. Yo. Let's make a toast to completing the goals we set to do or be stuck in the hole. It's a marathon, not a race. Stick with the pace and stay in your place. It's champagne for the celebration. I'm full of light like it's dedication. Yahweh's laws is my meditation and my legislation. I do this for fun and not for the funds. They call me a shield in Hebrew, a gun. Protecting my energy, pray for my enemies, blessing the fam. Send me the addy, I'm there. Hustling hard, collecting my shares. If it ain't truth, you know I don't care. Evil is something I feel in the air.
Whom it may concern.
Y'all told dollars, not wisdom. Nah, I ain't respecting it. Trying to play the most high, like you won't get checked in your residence. Corny Instagram clowns, swearing like we ain't out here getting it. These dudes ain't getting the money I'm getting, so when they talk cash, it's irrelevant. I'm riding clean in the Range Rover. You played yourself, now it's game over. The red dot in between the shoulders to the booster shot. I ain't talking COVID. When the cards is dealt, you gotta deal with it. Shout out to the ones that's real with it. When it's time for war, they in the field with it. You on the Lord's side, step over here. You on the world's side, step over there. A toast to all of my people, cheers. Put your cups in the air. You on the Lord's side, step over here. You on the world's side, step over there. A toast to all of my people, cheers. Put your cups in the air. You on the Lord's side, step over here. You on the world's side, step over there. A toast to all of my people, cheers. Put your cups in the air. You on the Lord's side, step over here. You on the world's side, step over there. A toast to all of my people, cheers. Put your cups in the air. You get what you give, so put in the work. Afterwards, you enjoyed all the perks. Actions always speak louder than words. You talking too much, you just wanna be heard. If you're doing good, keep your prayers up. If you're doing bad, keep your prayers up. During hard times, you gotta know it's tough, but you gotta get up. Fool me once, that's shame on you. Fool me twice, that's shame on me. Discernment is key, my wrist is on freeze. Feeling like it's below 0 degrees. The more that I see, the more that I learn. You're not in your grind, and bridges were burned. Recognize when it's your time. Everybody get a turn. Do your thing when it's showtime. I rip hard when it's go time. I'm praising Yahweh to kingdom come, and the Mashiach Yahweh Shai is son. As soon as he come, the wicked is done. Don't matter the place or set that you from. Don't matter the place or set that you from. You on the Lord's side, step over here. You on the world's side, step over there. A toast to all of my people, cheers. Put your cups in the air. You on the Lord's side, step over here. You on the world's side, step over there. A toast to all of my people, cheers. Put your cups in the air. You on the Lord's side, step over here. You on the world's side, step over there. A toast to all of my people, cheers. Put your cups in the air. You on the Lord's side, step over here. You on the world's side, step over there. A toast to all of my people, cheers. Put your cups in the air.
Put your cups in the air. Put your cups in the air.
All right, Salakia about that. Salakia. Y'all can hear me now?
We can hear you. We can see you. Find live now.
Yeah, brothers and sisters, I'm so sorry about that, man. These things will mess you up, man. You know, that's my sincerest apologies. All right, so I got my brother Yashawan on here with me, and also Captain Zakaria. You brothers want to say a few words before we start?
I say Shalom again. Give an honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God for another one, for another day. You know, this wicked pagan holiday. You know, so I pray and hope that our people one day just see the lies that's being brought on them, and wake up from its deceits and know that this is not a thing to be doing within Israel, within the 12 tribes. And I also want to give honor, glory, and honors onto the elders and also the elect of the 144 and all the 12 tribes scattered abroad. And I'll land there.
Khan, all praises. Zach.
Shalom, shalom. Could I be heard?
Khan.
I just want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashim and Mashiach Yahushai. Yep. Double honors to the elders to lay the foundation and teach that this is something like a good brother Yashawan just said, it's not something we supposed to be doing or celebrating, right? If you're Israelite, it is pagan. Um, I don't care how they try to attach Christ to it and make it seem like it's something that it's Christ's born day and all this folly, right? So that's pretty much all I got to say. Shalom to everybody out there. All praise and glory to honor Yahweh. Shemi Shabrakatah.
Khan, all praises. And again, let me apologize for the mishap in the beginning. You know what I mean? That was totally on me. I take the correction for that. All right. Okay, so let me start. Now let me see if I got this right. All right. So you let me know. Share screen. All right. Share window. All right. Y'all can see my screen.
Con.
You see it, right? Okay. Boom. Ah, Lord. I'm telling you, man, the enemy, right? Y'all see everything, right?
Con look like a Gmail.
No, I switched it over. Okay. All right, how about now?
Con, yep. We see Christmas is alive, but our people won't let it go.
All right, so we're gonna start off. Look, Slakia for the presentation, but it's kind of all over the place. I'm still trying to work through this StreamYard thing. Let's get to it, man. We start off with the book of Psalms, chapter 101, verse 7. It says, He that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house. He that telleth lies shall not tarry in my sight. Verse 8, I will early destroy all the wicked of the land, that I might cut off all wicked doers from the city of the Lord. So we're seeing that the Lord does not deal with deceit. He does not deal with lies. And that's the whole topic. Christmas is a lie. When you analyze and break down Christmas, there's no truth in it whatsoever. From its foundation, right? All the way up to its current rendition the way it is right now. There's nothing truthful about it. It's nothing but lies, right? And once we break down and sift through the lies and we get to understand what it was built on, then we will see that, look, this got nothing to do with the Most High. It's all satanic. Now, we're not going to go into the certain origins of it, because it all goes back to Babylon, right? Nimrod, Tammuz, and all of that stuff. What we're going to do is I'm going to veer to the right a little bit. I'm going to start off in Rome, because that's where it really got codified. And when I say codified, I mean it got transformed into what is known as Christianity today. Because as we know it, pagans have always been there, right? The Romans, they pretty much copy and paste from the Greeks, right? The Greeks, they copy and paste from who? What was it? The Egyptians. So everybody's copy and pasting from one another and remixing their gods. And we as the Israelites, we're the ones who's following behind like a bunch of dummies, right? So let's start with it. Let's get the understanding, right? We know that Christmas, this thing called Christmas, it goes back. We're gonna go as far back as the Roman era. We're not gonna go to the Greek or the Babylonian and all that. We're gonna stick with the Roman, because we're gonna be here forever. In the times of when the Romans were ruling, they had their pagan holiday called Saturnalia. And that's what it boils down to. That's where it started from, right? This is where they incorporated that festival into what we see as Christmas now. So with Saturnalia, right, it starts in, hang on, it starts in late December, and it's pretty much a festival honoring Saturn, right? And literally sources such as Macrobius, but Saturn got different names, right? It's marked by feasting, gift exchange, social inversion. Uh, it demonstrates the ritual importance of late December in Roman culture. But the question we should ask is why December and why the 25th? Why, out of all the months, why did they choose that? Is it an ancient fertility right? Is it a pagan custom? Does it have to do with sun worship? We're going to get into that, right? To see and kind of hash out what is the origin of Christmas. And we all know this already. We're not covering anything new, but there's a few things we're going to touch on that, people don't speak a lot about, right? So, this is what Saturnalia is, right? And to be straight to the point, it's a Roman triple X Diddy party freak off. That's all it is. As you can see in the images here, you got woman on woman, you got man on man, right? You got uh, all of these images always show the Romans for who they are, nothing but degenerate perverts. That's all they are, right? And what has happened was their emperor at the time, a guy by the name of Aurelian, he just codified this. That's all he did. He codified it because he wanted the pagan worshipers to come into their new cult that they're calling Christianity. This has nothing to do with the Christians of the scripture, right? It has nothing to do with that, right? So let's move forward. Who was this Emperor Aurelian? They have a bust of him right here, right? This guy was a Roman emperor. He was a soldier at first, and then he became an emperor. But what he did was he just unified all the people. So let's see if we could get into it, right? And my screen still showing?
Still showing.
Do you see the website, thecollector.com?
Gone.
Okay, so I'm going to just breeze through this real quick. It says Emperor Aurelian was one of the most important Roman emperors, best known for his military campaign that restored the unity of Rome. They always make themselves seem good, and they always portray themselves as benevolent, but there's nothing could be further from the truth, right? Now, what he did was in the space in around the time circa 274. That's the time that we want to isolate, because that's the time when he just kind of got together and put this cult together, right? So it says, within a space of only 5 years, from 270 to 275, Emperor Aurelian achieved more than most of his predecessors and successors. He stabilized the Danube frontier, expelling all the barbarians who threatened the Roman Empire. So he pretty much united Rome, right? Again, he was a soldier turned emperor, right? This is all history about him. If you want to go read up on it, this is the website right here, thecollector.com/who was the Roman Emperor Aurelian, right? What I want to get to is a little bit further down, right? This is all fluff talking about, he restored the unity of the Roman Empire. Yeah, that's nice. He also built famous Roman walls. Again, that's nice, because at the end of the day, what that got to do with us? We wasn't benefiting from all of these achievements, right? We were still slaves. We were still subject to the Roman Empire, right? They call him the Great Reformer. That's good. But this is what I want right here. He laid the foundation for Christianity. This is very important, right? So now it says Aurelian's most significant achievement is the one he was completely unaware of. That's a lie. He knew exactly what he was doing. Encouraged by his many victories, Aurelian introduced a new deity to the Roman pantheon, a solar god called Sol Invictus.
Invictus.
Right, the invincible sun. Now, when you break down what Sol Invictus, it means just the unconquerable, or you know what I mean, the invincible one. Little could the emperor know, but the introduction of the monotheistic Oriental cult of Sol Invictus paved the way for the emergence of Christianity as an official religion several decades later. The birthday of Aurelian's invisible god is December 25th. the same day billions of people nowadays celebrate the birth of another Christmas. So this dude Aurelian, he created a cult dealing with this Roman pantheon, this Roman pagan god Sol Invictus, and he just magically what he closed his eyes and threw a dart at the calendar and said, "You know what? I'm gonna pick December 25th." Nah, we gonna get into it. He picked December 25th for a pagan reason, right? So there's no way no Christian church should tell you that, oh, it doesn't matter what day Christ was born. We're just celebrating. We're just doing it in the spirit. In the spirit of what? It's not in the spirit of the Most High in Christ, right?
Right.
So let's get back to where we was at, right? Boom. Salakia. All right. So December 25th and the imperial policy. Again, like we just read in 274 CE, which stands for Common Era, right? Emperor Aurelian established the feast of Sol Invictus. December 25th marked the birth of the unconquered sun. The feast served as an empire-wide unifying, Salakia. Let me go back to that. Unifying religious observance. So again, like what the article was saying, he only did that to unify the people because half of Rome, they was pagan as hell. And a matter of fact, three-quarters of Rome, it was only a small amount of people who was following this new cult they call Christianity. Now, again, to be clear, this is not talking about the followers of Mashiach Yahushua who are mocked and called Christians, trying to be followers of him. We're not talking about them. Those are Israelites, the ones who believed and accepted Yahushua. We're talking about this new cult that they formed through the emperor, and they spun it and added the word Christianity to it, right? So the Christian adoption of December 25th. By the 4th century, December 25th appears as the nativity in Christian calendars, documented in the chronography of 354. That's a book about that dude, Aurelian, and reflects both theological symbolism and cultural accommodation, right? So before we do that, right, why December 25th? I just want to do something real quick, all right? Let me go back real quick. I just want to ask a question. I just want to get into something real quick. What's the deal with Sol Invictus? What is Sol Invictus, right? So let's go to Wiki real quick. This is the dude Aurelian, right? We just wrote about. And then he brought about what is known as Sol Invictus. So the question is, what is that? So real quick, let's just get into it and find out what is Sol Invictus, which we already know, but still, right? A real quick wiki, right? It just says Sol Invictus, which stands for the invincible sun or unconquered sun, was the official sun god of the late Roman Empire, and a later aspect of replacement for the old Latin god Sol. The Emperor Aurelian revived this cult in AD 274, which we just read, and promoted Sol Invictus as the chief god of the empire. So this image, this Sol Invictus or the sun god, that became their patron deity. That became their banner god, and all other gods fall underneath them, right? That's pretty straightforward so far, right? But let's move on some more, right? So, by December 25th, right? Boom. Share my screen like that. December 25th. In Roman solar ideology, the period surrounding the winter solstice is the shortest day. When you look at December 21st or the 22nd, that's the shortest day in the year, right? Solstice means the sun stands still. Equinox mean equal day and night. But around December 21st, that's the solstice, and that's when the sun feel like it stands still. That's the shortest day of the year. It's symbolized through the apparent weakening and subsequent renewal of the sun. December 25th, attested as the Natalis Solis Invicti, marked the restored strength of the solar deity following the solstitial, I know I'm butchering that, right? Solstitial turning point, while later interpretations describe this interval as the death and rebirth, and ancient sources frame it more precisely as cosmic renewal rather than a literal 3-day narrative. What does this all mean? Well, we're gonna see. Let's go on some more. To understand that, you have to understand the seasons, equinox, and solstices, right? Now, I'm gonna be real quick with this. Basically, disclaimer, we do not describe to this model right here. I have it on a screen just for edification purposes to get into the mind of the pagan. This is what they believe. They believe the sun is at the center of the universe, right? That's called heliocentrism. Centrism. We believe in a geocentric form of the universe where the earth is the center and everything goes around it. That's what we follow, right? The Romans believe the sun is the center of the universe. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there. So now, to understand the seasons, this is what it breaks down to. Let's look to the right here. You see where it says December 22nd, December 21st to the 22nd? That in the northern hemisphere, anything north of the equator, that's more than likely where we're at because we're north of the equator, right? That's the winter solstice. And that's where you have the shortest amount of daylight in the day, right? Now, as you move around and you come around to January, you get the summer solstice, which is in the northern hemisphere. No, slacking. Move this way. It starts tilt. You get to March, right? You get the spring, which is the vernal equinox. Again, that's the longest day. That's when the day and the night are equal, right? And in June, you get the summer solstice. That's when you have the longest day. That's why in the summertime, the sun don't set till damn near what, 7, 8 o'clock. That's because it's around the June or the summer solstice, right? That's when it feels as though the sun stands still and then repeats the cycle, right? In the autumn, you have the autumn equinox, and then it comes back around. Salakia, let me go back. So that's what these pagans were basing Christmas off of. On the 21st or the 22nd, that's the shortest day. They believe that the sun died, right? And then 3 days later, on the 25th, that's when the days start to get longer, and they consider that the rebirth of the sun. Now, I'm not a scientist, but we're gonna let my man Neil. Y'all know who this dude is, right? Neil deGrasse Tyson, right? He claims he's a scientist. He claims he's super smart. Let him break it down. Maybe he'll do a better job than me to explain as to the summer solstice, winter solstice, so on and so forth, and what it got to do with paganism and Christmas, right? So let's see what this dude got to say. Y'all can hear? Is the volume good? Yashua, y'all there?
Yeah, we still here. We don't hear the volume. He's got probably to turn up a little more.
Okay, hang on. Let me turn it up. Can you hear that? Is the volume good with that? I'll just play it back.
Oh, that's good.
It's good. All right, so boom. Let me play that back again.
You're a well-read guy, but December 21st, we know, is first day of winter, shortest day of the year. And what makes it short? The arc of the sun across the sky is very low. The sun doesn't get very high, and it doesn't stay up for very long. The ancient people were worried about this because everyone worshipped the sun because it made your crops come and it gave you water. And you say, wow, if this keeps going lower and lower in the sky, we're going to lose the sun entirely. December 21st, the sun slows down and it stops this drop in its movement across the sky. But that doesn't mean it's going to come back.
So December 21st, that's the shortest day, right? So these ancient pagans, they thought that the sun died, right? Because what they're looking at it, the sun is not rising all the way and going all the way to the top of the sky like how we would normally see it. It would have a low sunrise and a low sunset. So on December either the 21st or the 22nd, right? That's the shortest day. And to them, they said that's the death of the sun, right? And then 3 days later is the birth of the sun. And that's how they get the birth of the sun, sun. And they wove that into Christianity. Just listen and we play it again.
It takes a few days for it to slow down, stop, and then reverse. Oh, it is coming back. Let's celebrate that. And that's a few days after December 21st. It's about December 25th, a pagan holiday celebrating the return of the sun. Christianity is trying to take foothold, and you put celebrations that match theirs just so that the shift is not as hard for you. And the unknown birthday of Jesus was then assigned this pagan day of celebration.
It was what? It was assigned by who? Because I ain't get the memo. Who was this man or these people that assigned the birthday of Yahushua on this pagan day? But here it is. He's telling you out his own mouth, right? They all got together and they assigned a date saying that this is the day, all going back to paganism, all going back to pretty much sun worship. Hey, Salakia, okay. Let me know. Can y'all hear that? Because I was told that I can't hear. Can y'all hear that?
It's on the volume still a little bit low. Probably got to turn up a little bit more.
The volume is low? Okay.
Uh,
All right, Salakia. Salakia about that. Let me try again. All right? Let me try again. Stop sharing. Okay, can you see my screen now? All right, let me try it again. Let me see if this works.
I don't know how many people know that, actually. I mean, you're a well-read guy, but December 21st, we know,
is the volume better?
No, it's low. See if you could raise it at the level at the top. See if it could go up a little bit more.
It's at the max.
Okay, con.
All right, but just bear with me. We got other slides we could go through, but I wanted to bring this one out as far as volume wise, But I'm gonna turn it up some more.
First day of winter, shortest day of the year. And what makes it short? The arc of the sun.
Is it a little louder now?
Sounds the same to me, other one.
Sound the same?
Sounds the same to me too.
All right, Salakia. Let me just play it again and Salakia about that, brothers and sisters. I don't know what's up with the volume on that.
The sun doesn't get very hot, and it doesn't stay up for very long. The ancient people were worried about this because everyone worshipped the sun because it made your crops come and gave you warmth. And you say, wow, if this keeps going lower and lower in the sky, we're going to lose the sun entirely. December 21st, the sun slows down and it stops this drop in its movement across the sky. But that doesn't mean it's going to come back. It takes a few days for it to slow down, stop, and then reverse. You say, oh, it is coming back. Let's celebrate that. And that's a few days after December 21st. It's about December 25th, a pagan holiday celebrating the return of the sun. Christianity is trying to take foothold, and you put celebrations that match theirs just so that the shift is not as hard for you. And the unknown birthday of Jesus was then assigned this pagan day of celebration to make that transition easier for the pagans to become Christians. And sure enough, it remained Christmas Day. I don't know how many people know that, actually.
Khan, so pretty much that's how Christmas came, right? That's how they weave December 25th to be the day of Christmas, right? So now what we just watched is pretty much syncretism. And like the priest always goes over, like syncretism is pretty much this, the combination of different forms of belief or practice, the fusion of two or more originally different in inflection forms. So pretty much it's paganism, right? From like Saturnalia and all that wicked stuff, right? With sun worship and it's like a gumbo. They just mixed it all together, right? And that's what they call it. And that's what Christmas is. That's what our people are following, right? So I just want to see y'all with me so far, because I know that was I was kind of rough right there. So I just want to see y'all with me so far, right? Let me stop sharing
Uh,
my screen. Am I still sharing? Gone.
Yeah, you was good. I understood what you saying.
Con. All right. So if y'all understand what I'm saying, just put a one in the chat. I don't wanna I don't wanna get too off into the weeds with that. You know what I'm saying? Con, all praises. If y'all got anything also, just bring it out while we going. All right.
all right, hey, you know what? Let me start at Deuteronomy chapter 4. We're gonna start verse 15.
Con. Hold on 1 second. Let me all right, Con. Let me see. See. Deuteronomy 4,
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 15. We're gonna start there. We're gonna go all
15.
the way down 19. Uh
Con.
let's see, we was warned about worshiping the, you know what I'm saying, worshiping the sun and all the other things, and the moon and all that. So we know how God is. God He's a jealous God, and like it says, for He gives this honor and He gives His glory really to nobody. What's His is His, and He don't like giving to nobody, and He don't like sharing it. So with that being said, man, start verse 15. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that Yahweh spoke unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire. Right? And now we're going to do our verse 16. Lest ye corrupt yourselves and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female, which people have done with certain, with certain idols and everything, and corrupt themselves, bound down, worshiping these things. And then you got verse 17, the likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that flies in the air. Verse 18, the likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that's in the waters beneath the earth. Now, this was back to juicy on verse 19. Unless thou lift up thy eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the hosts of heaven, shouldst be driven to worship them and serve them, which the Lord thy God hath divided to all the nations under the whole heaven. See, the Most High created these things for us to give us light, not for us to bow down and worship them. And when we sit up here and doing Christmas and all that other Christmas, you're basically doing sun God worship. Which basically says right there in the Psalm of Victory that you are basically worshiping the sun. So when you're doing Psalm of Victory and you worshiping it, that's basically saying that is your God. And the Most High, that angers him. And a lot of our people don't know it. And when you anger the Most High God about worshiping something, when he said worship me, he ain't say worship the sun, he ain't say worship the moon, but he gave us these things as tools for us to see. And I'm gonna land there.
Gone. Exactly. That's breaking the first commandment, Exodus chapter 20 also. Somebody said get wisdom of Solomon chapter 13.
I think that was the buck. All right, let me see.
Gone.
Let me get that right quick. So, well, Psalm chapter 13. I'm here. Let's see. Let me look at the verse. Okay, we're gonna start. We're gonna start verse 1. Surely vain are all men by nature, who are ignorant of Yahweh, and cannot out of the good things that are seen know him that is. Neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the work master. Verse 2. But deemed either fire or wind or the swift air or the circle of the stars. or the violet water, or the lights of heaven, to be the gods which govern the world.
Khan, that's exactly what it is. That's what they worshiping. They worshiping things that have been created by the Most High God. Right. And the thing
That's
about it is, this is showing you the foundation of what Christmas is. So, how in God's name is we as Israelites supposed to be coming under the banner of Christmas? I don't care how you remix it, how you spin it, how you think that or say that, oh, we're just doing it for the kids. Well, if you're doing it for the kids, you could do it any day. Why December 25th?
and
That's
then it's not.
sacrificing the demons. That's sacrificing the devils. Salaki, go ahead, King.
Oh man. And on top of that too, if you sort of say doing it for the kids, then you basically doing what the Most High said. Doing the Most High said don't do. Bearing false witness. You still something lying to your children, saying that Christ was born this day. We doing this for Him and all this other stuff. When if you read through Matthew chapter 2, 1 to 2, showing that Yahushua really came around the Passover, because when you look at it, when it said that there was no room at the end, there's only 3 feast days that are usually gathered for the year. And you can count tabernacles out automatically, because why? Tabernacles was like late in the year. And when you look at Feast of First Fruits, yeah, it may be the first increase of our land and all that, but it could have been that day.
Yeah,
So therefore, what's left now? Passover. And why?
God,
Because Passover is a signification of a fresh new start. And that's what Yahushua was giving us, a fresh new start. Basically a clean slate from our sins. And to stop doing all the sacrifice, the animal sacrilege, and giving us grace. So basically he came around the Passover, and it shows it in the scriptures.
God, we're gonna get into that also too, about the time of the year and when Yahushua was born. Every aspect of Christmas is a lie, man. That's why the lesson is titled that. And you can't even pick something good out of it to say, well, you know what? Maybe this part of it is good, or you know what I'm saying? Nah, ain't nothing good dealing with it. Nothing. The whole thing is rotten, filthy from top to bottom, right? But yeah, let's continue, right? So,
Uh,
all right. So I can see the screen, all right? Oh man. Let me hide that. Okay, where is that? All right, so we this dude talked about that, right? We did that already. We did that already, right? All right, so we dealt with syncretism, right? Showing you that there was blending paganism, right, and other fake ideologies to come up with this thing called Christianity, right? So now, Yeshua, like you were saying, what does the Bible have to say about Christ's birth, right? Let's get
right.
Luke 2, chapter 2, and let's read from 1 through 20.
Luke,
Let me know when you got it, King.
I'm almost there. So book of Luke chapter 1.
Uh yeah, Khan.
Sorry, verse 1 through 20, right?
Khan of the one. No, Luke chapter 2, 1 through 20.
All right. All right. This is the book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 1. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. Verse 2. And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria. Which goes to show that America does nothing new.
Right.
Verse 3. And all went to be taxed, everyone into his own city. Verse 4. And Joseph also went up from Galilee out of the city of Nazareth into Judea, unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David.
Also, real quick, when you do a deep dive, you do research, you see that tax time was in the springtime also. So if they doing taxes, it's in the springtime too. Just to back up, what the whole topic of what we're going into. Read on.
Yeah, and I'm gonna add on something to that too. I'm gonna read this back over again. And Joseph also went up from Galilee out of the city of Nazareth into Judea, unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David. So if Joseph comes from the house and lineage of David, David's from the tribe of Judah, and and since Mary was his wife, Yahushua came through who? Through Joseph, which goes to show that, hey, the Most High God and Yahushua are not the same people. So can we stop that?
Gone.
So let me keep reading. So
Yeah,
y'all
read on.
keep this in mind. Verse 5. To be taxed was Mary, his espoused wife, which means that she was promised to be his wife, being great with child, which means that she had to be further into her pregnancy by then. Verse 6. And so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered. Verse 7. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes,
Right.
and laid him in a manger,
All right. Read on.
because there was no room for them in the inn.
All right. So now let's get back to this picture, man. Because again, can you see the picture? All right. Okay, hold on. You see the picture now, right? Now, what the heck? You see the picture now
It's still on the scriptures.
on the scripture? Okay, Salaki.
Yeah, Adawan, Elder Zaab, you may have it sharing as in like share page. And every time you do it like that, you have to end share to go to the other ones to share all, or you got to go back and share all in order for you to get back to where you was at before, if that makes sense.
Con. So you're not seeing the PowerPoint right now.
Yes, we are seeing the PowerPoint now. Correct.
Now.
Okay, Con. So where you was at in Luke 2, right? So now where you was at verse 6, I believe.
Verse 7.
Verse 7. Read verse 6 again, please.
Verse 6 again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is the book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 6. And so it was that while they were there, the days were.
Jump to 7.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 7. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger.
All right. So what I wanted to show, right, is that when you look at, damn, I hope my screen is showing, man. This is so frustrating, bro.
Yeah, it was showing Adawan. It was showing.
So you seen the script, you seen blue letter, right?
Yes, we seen the blue letter right now.
Okay, all praises. All right. So when you look at manger, right? says swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger. Strong's G5336, right? A manger, when you look at it, is a crib, right? Now, in some instances, it could mean a stall. When you read Job 39 and 9, it's talking about a stall where you put an animal in. It's also in Proverbs 14 and 4 and Habakkuk, right? But dealing in this particular instance, is talking about a crib, right? Now, why does that make a difference? Why does that make any similarities, well, or any significance, I should say? Well, it's easy when you think about it, right? It says that in verse 7, and she brought forth her firstborn son and wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger. You reading through the context now of understanding, because this is in Greek, right? A manger is just a crib, right? Because there was no room for them in the inn. All right, everything was bought up. She gave birth to Yahushua and laid him pretty much in a crib, when you get the understanding of what a manger is. What the issue is y'all seeing the PowerPoint also?
Oh,
This right here is not true, right? Our Lord and Savior was born, right? These are not even the right images, but think about it. Who gonna put their baby down with a bunch of cows and animals around them? Is that what you telling me? You already know how black women are, man. They very particular where they going. You know what I'm saying? They gotta everything gotta be clean. You know what I'm saying? Everything gotta be at a certain for it gotta be set a certain way. What black woman you know gonna have her kid right next to a cow? You see how they disrespect the
nah,
Most
nah,
High in
we know.
Christ. You see what I'm saying? The scripture said, okay, yes, it says, and she brought forth her son and wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger. That word, when you translate it, is a crib, because there was no room in the inn. And even if they was outside, right, in the shed, it never mentioned nothing about animals there. You see where it says animals there, brother? Only part
No,
when it comes to animals is when it jumps to verse 8 and it says, and there were in the same country shepherds abiding their flock. This is a whole different paragraph dealing with a different topic. So this whole image of Mary giving birth and there was nothing but animals around, come on, bro. That's off as hell. They did that. They did this image here. Another thing we're going to get into. Let me get Matthew's 2 and 1. You see, they talking about the three wise men, right? We're going to get into this. Again, none of this Christmas jazz is true. None of this. This is all made up through the mind of man, right? More so the Catholic Church.
and
Matthew
then on
2,
top of that,
yeah, go ahead, King.
and now on top of that too, if Yahushua right now, if he was born in the winter time, as they say, man, come on, he would have been freezing right by now. He probably would
Oh,
have frozen to death.
brother, we're going to get to, trust me, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that because, again, this whole Christmas thing is a lie. Nothing about this is true. The images is not true, right? Mary was a black woman. Joseph was a black man. They
Of
got these
course.
dudes. You understand what I'm saying? So none of this is true. Him being born around animals, right? Okay, yeah, she had a baby and she laid him down and then she laid him in a crib. It don't say nothing about you got chickens. Come on, man. Any I ever been on a farm before, right? Do you think it's sanitary having a baby next to chickens?
Hell
Right?
no. And then on top of that too, you won't catch no chicken, that's no sheep anyway.
Come on, man.
Nor a cow.
Now it's all about they put interpolation and inference into the scripture, and that's how they get this. But anyway, I'm gonna prove some more. Go to Matthew 2 and 1. Start at verse 1.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 1. Now when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, Slakia, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem.
Did it mention how many wise men? Did it say three?
Nope.
No, it says there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem. Where we getting this whole thing about there were three wise men? Remember that stupid song they make us sing? about three wise men. Let's go back into the scriptures again. Where does it say there were three wise men? Read verse 1 again.
Verse 1. Now when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east of Jerusalem.
Go on.
Oh, and to let y'all know, Herod was not an Israelite, to let y'all know that.
Khan, Herod, Khan. You're right. Verse 2.
Verse 2, saying, where is he that is born king of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him. Verse 3, when Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. Why was he troubled? Because he was afraid that he was going to lose all his power and control over there.
Read on.
Verse 4, and when he had gathered all the chief priests, he was, it's like it, when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them when a Mashiach should be born. Verse 5, and they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet. Verse 6, and thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah. For out of there shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel.
Khan. So when you read, right, and you jump down to verse you jump down to verse 11.
All right. This is verse 11. And when they were come into the house, and saw the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh.
All right, stop. So the wise men presented gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh, right? So the Catholic Church said, see, it's three gifts: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. That's why it's three wise men. There's no reference of how many wise men. It just says wise men. Those, and they presented unto him gifts. Those were the chief, those were the main gifts that they gave him. So you telling me one man gave him a gold, another man gave him frankincense and myrrh? That's called inference, when you're inferring and thinking that it was three wise men. See, the whole thing that we're breaking apart and breaking down is this image right here, right? We already proved that Christ wasn't, it was wintertime, right? So he wasn't out here. See, look how they got the picture painted under the moon, under the stars and all that, like it's a quaint day. December 25th, you're freezing your you know what off, right? So this is just taking the image apart bit by bit to show you that it's a lie, right? Read verse 12.
Verse 12. And being warned of Yahweh in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way.
Right. So these men, they came and they came down, worship, and gave honor to Hamashiach Yahushua being born, right? And now it never said how many of them they brought this up, right? Let's go to the book of Micah, chapter 5 and 2. We're still talking about the birth of Mashiach Yahushua. Book of Micah, chapter 5. Let's get verse 2.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 5, verse 2. But thou, Bethlehem Ephratah, though thou be little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of thee shall he come forth unto me that is to be ruler in Israel.
That's the
Who's going?
prophecy, Salakia. That's the prophecy that was quoted back in Matthew, right? There's the prophecy that was quoted in Micah 5 and 2. Read on.
Whose goings forth have been from of old, from everlasting.
Right. So Christ's birth was prophesied thousands of years ago. Before the prophets, even from the beginning of time, Christ's birth was prophesied. Because that was his whole mission, right? To be a savior for his people. So this was all already played out, but this part is all BS, right? Let me get Isaiah 9 and 6. This is talking about, we're still on the birth of Mashiach Christ, right? Isaiah 9 and 6. Let's go.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
Right. But yet still they got him over here rolling around with chickens and cows and sheep and all that. Now, mind you, if this was true, right, it would have been mentioned in the scriptures. All it says when you look at the book of Luke, chapter 2, right, it says she laid him in a manger, which is a crib. It never mentioned about animals being there, bruh. All it mentioned is Christ being wrapped in swaddling clothes. That's it, right?
And add on something to that too. It's like Jacob when he gave the blessings in Genesis chapter 49, when he said the lawgiver should come from between Judah's feet, and the scepter should never pass from him. That's talking about Yahweh right there in itself.
Khan, we know, but we dealing with the birth of Hamashiach and how this imagery is just, it's just off as hell, man. I don't want it to, I know we seem like we deep beating a dead horse, but I don't want to fly over people's head, right? Let's go to
Right.
Song of Solomon 8 and 5. This could also be construed. This is also about the birth of Hamashiach also, right? So this is in the Apocrypha Song of Solomon 8 and verse 5.
Let me get there. Let me get there. Song of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 5. This is the book of Song. This is the book of the Song of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 5. Who is this that cometh up from the wilderness, leaning upon her beloved? I raised thee up under the apple tree. There
Right.
thy mother.
Salakia. So the scriptures start off, right? Look at the literature, look at the style, what is writing. It's referring to Yahushua. It says, who is it that cometh up from the wilderness, leaning upon her beloved? Right? Read on.
I raised thee up under the apple tree. There thy mother brought thee forth it's like there she brought thee forth that bare thee.
Right. So if we were to take this style and we could look at it, right, and we're just adding scriptures and we're saying that, okay, if this is reference to Christ, how do we know? Because it has the same language as another scripture. Give me Isaiah 63 and 1. Is this also talking about Christ? Isaiah 63 and 1. Let's go.
Right. This is the book Isaiah, chapter 63, verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra?
Right. So it's showing you it's speaking about a future prophecy, but the way it started is also in a similar vein as with Song of Solomon, chapter 8 and 5. So Isaiah 63 and 1 said, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This is a future prophecy. This is when Christ is coming back to kill and subdue Edom, right? Read on.
This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. Eyes that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
Right. So, and if you read on in verse 2, it says, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments are like that him that treadeth in the wine fat. This is a future prophecy of Yahweh's garment being stained with blood. That's because he's coming back with a sword to kill, right? But I digress. We're not talking about this particular prophecy right now. What I am saying is the style that the prophet used is saying, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? Referring to Hamashiach Yahushua, right? Now, when you go back to Song of Solomon 8 and 5, what does it say? Who is this that cometh up from the wilderness? So you see, you could draw inference with that, right? Now, once you
Right.
draw inference to that, what does it say also? I raised thee up under the apple tree. there thy mother gave thee, brought thee forth. So if this is in reference to Yahushua, he was born under apple tree. You not having no baby under no apple tree in December 25th in the middle of winter. You understand what I'm saying? Which goes back to this image right here. Another lie. Salakia, this image right here, another lie. So we're showing you throughout scriptures that this image is nothing but lies that was brought forth by the so-called Catholic Church. They lied and said it's three wise men. The scriptures never said that. They lied and said they lied to show that Christ was laid down with animals. Now, if there was, if it's a manger, right? Who said that there were animals around Christ? You understand? And this also shows you that, look, the shepherds, when you read, go back to read Luke chapter 2, right? I think it's verse 21. It talks about the shepherds keeping their flock. Matter of fact, let's get it. Go back to Luke chapter 1, chapter 2. I believe that's 21. We got to be a detective. We got to be a spiritual detective, man. And we got to break Esau's lies apart, right?
This
Yeah.
is the book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 21.
No, Salaki, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. It was I believe it was Matthew.
Matthew.
Yeah, Matthew 2, go to 14. Salakia. Because it starts to go into the shepherds watching their flock, right? So Matthew 2, 14.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 14. When he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt.
No, that's not it. That's not it, Salakia. It was Luke. Right. Luke 2 and 20. I tripped. My fault. I was tripping. Luke 2 and 20, brother. That's me.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 20. And the shepherds returned, glorifying and praising Yahweh for all the things that they had heard and seen, as it was told unto them.
Right. Jump back up to verse 14. Matter of fact, okay, verse 8. That's what I wanted. Verse 8, Salakia.
In verse 8. As they were in the same country, shepherds, abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night.
And this is basic common sense. You ain't having your flocks out in the middle of the wintertime, right? You're not doing that. People think that the Levant or that area, Jerusalem, is just 24-hour sun. Nah, it get cold. The scriptures call it the mean season, right? So I just wanted to bring out those points to show you that this aspect of Christmas is a lie, as well as this aspect dealing with December 21st and going on to the 25th, right? This aspect is a lie. The whole thing about giving gifts to one another, it was pretty much going back to a Roman freak-off party. So far, there's nothing dealing with Christmas that we need to exalt or even follow, right? So now, let's kind of bring it up to time. Let's bring it up to speed, right? What about during slavery? How were we, or how was Christmas beat into or branded into our heads during the time of slavery? Well, let's read. This is from a article, right? We're on the History Channel of all places too, right? This is an article. Get this out. Called "What Was Christmas Like for America's Enslaved People?"
Enslaved.
Yeah, exactly. So what good is it of us? But I'm just showing you the point how from back then to now they keep beating it into us that we have to observe Christmas. All right, I'm gonna jump around real quick. It says, how did Americans living under slavery experience the Christmas holidays? While early accounts from white Southerners from the Civil War often painted and idealized pictures of owners' generosity met by grateful workers happily feasting, singing, and dancing, the reality was far more complex. In the 1830s, the large slaveholding state of Alabama, Louisiana, and Arkansas became the first in the United States to declare Christmas a state holiday. It was in these southern states and others during the antebellum period from around 1812 to 1861 that many Christmas traditions, giving gifts, singing carols, decorating homes, firmly took hold in the American culture. Now, as we know, in the 1812s and 1861, we were still in slavery for the most part. So once the slave master started getting into the habit of singing Christmas carols and giving gifts, guess what? We had to sing Christmas carols and, you know, help them decorate their homes and so on and so forth. Right. So I'm just going to bounce around here, but you get the point. This is from history.com and it says slavery in the American South. Right. It says, but while many enslaved people partook in some of these holiday pleasures, Christmas time could be treacherous. According to Robert E. May, a professor of history at Purdue University and author of Yuletide in Dixie, Slavery, Christmas, and Southern Memory, owners' fears of rebellion during the season sometimes led to preemptive shows of harsh discipline. So, because we wanted to get free, we wanted to run away, and the best opportune time was Christmas time because that's when things got lax. So, what the slave master would do was hard discipline and mete out harsher, so like give out harsher discipline around that time to try to dissuade us from running away. That lasts psychologically in your mind over years. So you don't have no other choice but to enjoy it at a barrel of a gun, figuratively. You know what I mean? Their buying and selling of workers didn't abate during the holidays, nor did their annual hiring of enslaved workers, some of whom would be shipped off away from their families on New Year's Day, widely referred as Heartbreak Day. So, all you so called blacks and Hispanics who want to celebrate New Year's Day, just understand that was also known as Heartbreak Day. Why? Because your damn family would have been shipped off.
Just like in the curses.
Gone. Just like in the curses. Right? It says still Christmas afforded enslaved people an annual window of opportunity to challenge the subjugation that shaped their daily lives. Resistance came in many ways, from their assertion of power to give gifts to expression of religious and cultural independence to using relative looseness of holiday celebration and time off to plot escapes. Yeah, because, it's almost like the office party at your job, right? You could quote unquote let your hair down, so to speak, right? You could cozy up and talk to the boss, let him really know how you feel. And if anything go wrong, you'd be like, oh man, I was just, it's the Christmas party, nothing, you know what I'm saying? I'm just expressing myself. I was under the influence. Yeah, but Christmas back then, during antebellum or slavery time, it was just as wicked, man. It was just as wicked, right? There's one more thing I wanted to show you, man. Oh my God. It talks about how in Christmas time, the slave master would do something nice, like buy his slave shoes. Shoes. Simple thing is shoes. Things that you would need to survive. Because again, look at this image. And this is in the South. Now, of course, it might not be heavy snow, but it get cold in the South. As this image would depict right here. So that just shows you, even in December 25th time, right? And they said it's the most wonderful time. It was never for us. It was never for us. Right? So if you want, you could check this out. This article is on history.com. It's called Christmas in Slavery American South. Right? Now, what about our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean? Right? Did they get away? Did they fare much better during Christmas time? Nah. Let's check. Let's read and see what they went through. This is understandingslavery.com, right? This is Bussa and Christmas rebellions. All right. Now, It's going into two. It's going into two rebellions. So I'm gonna just go through it real quick, right? There was a constant state of tension in the Caribbean between the enslaved workers and those who governed the islands, and consequently, uprisings were common. From the time that Africans were first forced to populate the islands, there was a consistent and forceful demand for freedom and democratic civil rights from the enslaved long before anti-slavery campaigners took up their cause in England. And that's another thing too. The white man tried to make himself sound all benevolent. Well, we are members of the abolitionists. We fought to abolish slavery. Bull, you know what? It says here, right? Long before the anti-slavery campaigners took up their cause in England, right? That's where it started from. You had people was trying to run away. As a result, each island had its own militia. One of the main function was to quell the slave revolts. So that's showing you that everybody was trying to, pretty much, not everybody, but most of us, the prevailing spirit was we wanted to get free. And the best time to do it was around Christmas time, right? That's what our thoughts are supposed to be, getting free around this time, not getting overly drunk, not spending money you ain't got. We're gonna get into all of that, right? Buster's Rebellion. Buster's Rebellion in Barbados, right? In 1816. And the Christmas Rebellion in Jamaica in 1831 were led by individuals who were aware of the anti-slavery campaign taking place in England. So now later on, when they started catch on and do the abolitionist thing, these brothers in the Caribbean heard about it and they wanted to get in on the action too, because they wanted their freedom. Further, all of the enslaved communities in the Caribbean knew of the creation of the new republic in Haiti. That's our Levi brothers, which have become for them the main symbol of freedom, right? You can't ever forget about that island of Haiti. We're going to do a class on that also. They were one of the first ones to have a successful revolution, and they declared that anybody who set foot on Haiti, right, is a free man, especially if you're a Negro or a slave, right? So let's jump down a little bit to the Christmas Rebellion. This is what I really wanted, right? It says this uprising in Jamaica, this is the Christmas Rebellion from 1831 to 1832. This uprising in Jamaica was the largest in the Caribbean in terms of enslaved people involved, illustrating that slavery could not be sustained in Jamaica. As was the case in Barbados from the Buster Rebellion, the enslaved population believed that emancipation was about to happen. In 1831, free colored people had received legal equality with Europeans, and the enslaved people believed that their turn was next. However, on the 22nd of December, the governor, Lord Belmore, issued a proclamation denying the rumor that they would be free by the end of the year. So this cracker lied to them, was playing with their feelings, right? The time to seek freedom. The authorities, the local politician, plantation owners, and others held Baptist missionaries responsible for spreading these rumors, believing that they were encouraging the enslaved to fight for their freedom. The Baptists used preachers known as deacons to teach the principles of Christianity to the field workers. Y'all seen that movie about that slave from South Carolina? Oh my God.
So you're a slave?
No, not 12 Years a Slave. That movie's is right on the tip of my tongue, man. It's about was it Denmark Vesey? Nah, it wasn't Denmark Vesey. It was that okay, what's that slave? What's that brother who was a slave, got his freedom, right? And started a rebellion in the South. It was the largest slave rebellion in the South. They made a movie about it a few years ago.
Nat Turner?
Nat Turner, exactly.
I was about to say.
Exactly, Nat Turner, right? So this is showing you that it says the Baptists use preachers known as deacons to teach the principles of Christianity to the field workers, in particular freedom and equality. But Nat Turner, if you could remember, he was a preacher also. But instead of giving them the watered down version of the Bible, he told them about the truth that they were Israelites, that God's chosen people, and they need to rise up. His problem was he wanted to do a physical uprising, which I understand at the time for him to get free, but we just know that we have to wait. That time wasn't right yet. But he still had the zeal, and he led the most populous and widely accredited slave revolt. Crackers caught him, it was put down, right? But at the same time, his spirit still live on. So I just wanted to bring that out. And also in his spirit, there's a guy named Sam Sharp. You can read about him. He's also a Baptist. See, these type of preachers and deacons, I'm all right with them. They cool. I could deal with them. You know what I'm saying, Kevin Zach? I could deal with these brothers. With these Deacon Samuel Sharp and Nat Turner, I could deal with those brothers. Is these pork chop eating preachers nowadays that I can't deal with? Because they want to keep us there, right? Go ahead,
Con.
King. You're saying something?
And, and speaking of that time being put down, yeah, they put them down all right. Some of them and some of the slave masters in their stomachs.
Yeah, they ate. Oh,
They ate them.
oh Lord, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, they turn him into lampshades and they boil his bones, his skin, his flesh from his bones, and y'all could read about that. Y'all could read about that. And there's something about Esau, man. They love having what you call them mementos, keepsake mementos. They'll have somebody. They'll have like a slave's finger in a jar or something. They'll have, you know what I'm saying? They'll have some type of memento. But you know
Oh, and
what? Yeah, the
let me
Lord is
show
going.
this right quick.
Con,
I see this.
are you sharing your screen?
I'll show my yeah, look on my screen. I ain't got a screen, but just showing y'all something right quick. This book right
Okay,
here.
Slocky, let me stop sharing. Go ahead, King.
I see this right here.
Yes, sir.
I advise y'all to get it.
Right. Yeah, the Delectable Negro. That's a good book. They was talking about how they kill they literally eat people, right?
Right.
Yeah, you thought Jeffrey Dahmer was the first, huh?
No,
Nah,
Jerry Dunn was not the first.
our enemy has been literally devouring us, figuratively and literally, like the Lord said. All right. All right. So where we was at, King. Let's see. Welcome, me, Zach. You said entire screen, right? Can you see it? Where I was at?
Con on one. Con.
Uh,
All right. So when you read about the rebellion in Jamaica, right? It happened around Christmas Day. So if anything, that's the spirit we're supposed to be in, the spirit of rebellion, meaning you don't want to go along to get along. You don't want to be in that spirit. You want to rebel. You want to be apart from everybody else. Our brothers and sisters was fighting for freedom, right? And to this day, we still fighting for freedom, but spiritual freedom. It's ain't even the physical freedom right now. In most cases, it's not. Some it is, but in most cases, it's not. We're talking about a spiritual freedom, right? So that's what was going on with our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, right? So now, y'all got any scriptures? Anything y'all want to touch on that?
well, not right
Oh,
time.
okay, Khan. So now, what about the psychological hold it has on our people? Because we know about the pagan um origins of Christmas, right? But and we know about how it was forced on us during slavery and so on and so forth. But what about the psychological hold it has on our people now, right? To this day, you will still see a lot of our people go into debt trying to buy Christmas gifts, especially now, right? In this economy where things is crazy, you will see a lot of our people going into debt. Why? Because they don't know no better. They don't know no better. They think that this is what it is. That's why it's our job to go out there and wake our people up and let them know, right? Because if not, they're gonna be trapped in this trick bag. Let's look
And,
at this.
and
Slocky, go
hold
ahead. Can
on,
you
Elder,
say
and
something?
and what you was about to say, and then what you said earlier about this is one of the most depressing times for people around the year. It's
Mm-hmm.
because they feel like, some people might get laid off their jobs or they might not have enough money by their kids all these Christmas gifts. They get depressed or they lost their loved ones and next thing you know they get depressed and sometimes they were off their own selves because of it. And
Mm-hmm.
Christmas is one of the most matter of fact, it's one of the most times where a lot of people commit suicide at. Potentially, and a lot of people don't know that. And you know what I'm saying? People gotta get into gotta know that this is a thing that we ain't supposed to be doing. It is pagan. It brings depression. It brings sadness because they missing a loved one, or they ain't got enough money to buy their kids, or they gifts they want. Man, y'all better get in the mind frame like man to help them damn kids. You know what I'm saying? Get that. I ain't supposed to be talking about Christmas anyway. They get over it. Let them deal with it, and they got to get in the mind frame. Hey man, that may be your mama, but it was the Most High's child first.
Cons.
So
Hey,
with that being
Slakia.
said, go ahead.
Nah, keep talking, King. Slakia. Slakia. Let me stop sharing my screen. I think I made a will, but we'll keep talking, King.
At time, man, and people got to learn that everything on this earth, everyone on this earth is not ours. They may be ours, but they more his than ours. So, just stop celebrating this pagan holidays and get over a loss of losing a loved one. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not easy losing your mom, your pops, whatever, but hey, it's better you losing them than them losing you. So, man, we got to keep it moving. We got to move on because everything on here is not ours. This is not ours. Our parents are not ours. They ours, but they're not ours. And these holidays we ain't supposed to be celebrating is not ours. Most High gave us days to keep. He gave us Passover. He gave us Feast on Unleavened Bread, first fruits, Purim, no moon, ain't new moon every single month. So man, our people gotta understand, man, stay in the scriptures, man, and read and do these things. And you'll find more joy in them than you do these worldly holidays. That's it for me.
Con. Con. Absolutely right, brother. Absolutely right. All right, so let me go into my. I think I made a mistake right there. Let me go into my Gmail real quick. All right, so what we was talking about, right? We was talking about nah, let's not do this one. Let's talk about all right. Let me know if y'all can hear this. Y'all can hear that?
You're not even sharing, Shalaka, you're not even sharing your screen. We can't even see the screen.
Oh, okay, Con out of
All
one
right.
con. All right. Let me share.
And the sister brought up a good point. Sister Zarala, talk about wasting money. Then come January, they could try to come with their rent money or their mortgage money. I mean, oh well, that's what you get for being a dummy.
Con, you can see my screen now, King?
Time we see it.
All right. Tell me how the volume sound.
Too loud.
Is low or you can hear it?
Can't hear it
Too
at
loud.
all. I can't hear it.
Ah, man, I hate this, bruh. I hate this. All right, let's try it again.
Nope.
Yeah, nah, I don't hear nothing out of one.
This is the worst, bruh.
Are you? I hear it a little bit now. Turn it up a little bit.
I did. Hold on. I thought I did. How
Yeah,
about
keep
now?
on it. Nope.
You can't hear that?
You can hear it a little bit, but not as much.
Let me see. I
I
don't
think
want
what
mute it.
is
Mute yourself and play it. Let me hear it.
Okay, hang on. Let me.
Nah, I don't hear nothing now. I don't hear nothing now. That's a TikTok video.
Yeah, Khan the one. Khan.
Are you in the TikTok place where it's at, or that's something that you had saved?
Nah, I'm literally at the TikTok spot. So I don't know.
And like Tommy said, share your audio.
Yeah, I think you got to go back and share the audio part. Does it ask you share when you click on share? Does it say share audio too?
Says share screen. Hold on, let me see. Oh, also share tab audio. Yeah, I got that selected.
Okay, I guess try it one more time. I don't want.
I am sharing the audio out of one. I am.
Okay, go back and now share the screen again or
Yeah.
share. Now try it.
Every time you keep clicking on the volume to go up, it keep going back down.
Can you hear that?
Nah, I hear it very, very low. Like he said, it seems like it's slowly coming up. Like this, the volume.
I don't know, man.
Are you actually logged in or no?
Um, no, no, I'm not
And
locked.
my colleague said mute the people on stage.
All right, let me see. All right, everybody muted. Let me try again. I'm gonna mute myself also.
Like, I don't hear nothing, King. I was gonna say maybe try to log in and then try to share it again, but that's up to you, other one.
It's all good. We got to keep it pushing, man. I don't know what it was. Let me get Haggai 1 and 6, and then let me get Matthews 10 and 35. Let me get Haggai 1 and 6. In the meantime, I'm trying to fix this thing, but it ain't working. It ain't working. I sincerely apologize, brothers and sisters. Some brothers say don't mute yourself. Brothers say share your audio. I am doing all of that. But in the meantime, yeah. Sister Princess Angelina said, gotta learn how to read lips. Kind of the one. I didn't mute myself. All right, King. So where you at? Let me get Haggai 1 and 6.
Think, but ye are
Salakia.
not.
Hey, Salakia King, Salakia. You were muted. Let's start again. Salakia. Haggai 1 and 6.
All right, this is a book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. You drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye
Right.
clothe you.
Salakia. Yeah, that's us right now, man. Especially around the holiday season. I know back in the world, right, before, I came into the truth, right? The holiday season just made me want to drink more. It's like I try to drown myself and I didn't know why, right? I mean, everybody had problems, but it wasn't nothing crazy. But at that time, it just felt like tis the season. That's what they say, right? So everybody want to get more drunk and inebriated and all that. It was crazy, right? It's just like it was like a hole that you can't fill, and you try to fill it with liquor or women or drugs, if that was what some brothers was into at the time. And now looking back, it's the season, it's the spirit. We weren't supposed to gather under that pretense. That's why that spirit was on us, right? So read it one more time.
Uh, this is what Haggai, chapter 1, verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with the drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earns wages to put in to a bag with holes.
Right. And that's us. Now, the video, if we ain't gonna talk about that because it ain't playing. It's talking about our people was just going into debt buying Christmas gifts. Right. Now, mind you, 2 months earlier, what do we have? We have the shutdown, right? So SNAP benefits was cut. People was losing their jobs. People still losing their jobs. And our people still thinking about buying gifts. Like, what would be so wrong if you just sit this one out? See, that's why I hate the church because they're not telling people that. They're not saying, you know what, brothers and sisters, if Christ was here, he wouldn't want you to go broke buying gifts and all that foolishness. Like when you wake up tomorrow, you still gonna be the same person with the gift or without the gift. So what difference does it make? Why are you putting yourself in deeper debt to buy a gift, which really and truly, when you break it down, it ain't even worth it, right? I don't know
Um,
if y'all see the videos where you talk about quote unquote Black Friday, right? Where they show you it's a sale, but when you really break it down, it's not even a sale. And you know what? And you know nowadays, you know we as Black people, man, we're at the bottom in all things, especially in finances. So we're already
I,
behind the eight ball. Go ahead, King Slocky.
I, and then to add on to that, then you got Marvin crying whinings over there trying to rob his people too, talking about $2,000 and a woman tried to give him $1,100 in offerings, and he said 2,000 and got mad at her for it.
Yeah,
And stop it.
exactly.
And then you
Right.
got these pastors locking the doors in on their people, like, and trying to sap money, and those whose name I said, trying to sap money out of everybody also.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, you just can't get a break from nowhere.
Gone, gone. From there, let me get Matthew 10 and 35.
This is book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 35.
Now, this is going into right. So now you don't okay, you're not gonna this is the depression of dealing with this so-called holiday, right? You're an Israelite. Now you don't want to go into debt because you're not buying gifts. They call you what? You cheap or you're a brokey, right? All right, cool. I'll be broke. Now you don't want to go over to your family house to eat Christmas dinner because you know they cooking ham. You know they cooking all type of unsavory flesh. And some Israelites tell you, nah, just go there, brothers. Nah, don't go under that spirit, brothers and sisters. Don't do that,
Right.
right? You got 364 days to see your family. Even if grandma cries, I don't see you once a year. Grams, I'm gonna see you next week if it be the Lord will. I'm not coming there, and as soon as I walk through the door, there's a mistletoe on the door, and there's a big tree, and albeit it ain't even real wood, it's plastic. God forbid, y'all got 20 extensions running through it and stuff for the lights and everything. It's a fire hazard waiting to happen, right? I don't want to go. So if you vex with me, so be it. Read what you have, King. Matthew 10:35 to 36.
Time. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Verse 36. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Right. Your foes are of your own household. Now they looking at you like, oh, you too good for us? Huh? Ever since you joined that cult, you with them boys in the purple? Now I'm an Israelite. That's all they know, right? They know the purple boys. They don't know nobody else. Huh? You an Israelite? Huh? Well, guess what? We was raised this way. I've been through it, brothers and sisters, and I'm pretty sure y'all been through it too, right? So yeah, we gonna be at odds with one another. Slocky, you gonna say
Um,
something, King?
Man, my dad one day got mad at me because I ain't go to my grandma's celebrate her birthday. And you could at least come celebrate your grandma's birthday. I'm like, no, I'm not. I ain't celebrate my own birthday, so make sure I'm gonna celebrate hers.
Exactly.
But that's your grandma, man. So I don't care. I only I care about the most I say. Forget the hell what you say. And he took off after that. I'll ever get it. He'll get over it.
Gone, gone.
Since you're speaking about that wicked tree, right? Since you're speaking about that wickedness going in somebody's house, right? That goes back to Nimrod, what you were saying earlier about that spirit, right?
God,
That spirit that's in that tree in Tammuz, and Nimrod's moms said that Nimrod will live in the tree, and all of this bull. Like, it has nothing to do with us as Hebrew Israelites. It has nothing to do with the Bible. Could we get Jeremiah 10 real quick? Let's just read
God,
this real quick.
God.
So, Jeremiah 10.
Yeah, start at 1. Just a couple of scriptures while you here with the tree. Because this right here also needs to, you really gotta really leave this alone, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, like the elder is saying, oh, I'll come see you next year, because soon as you come in whatever place it is and they got that tree there, that spirit is there, regardless if it's plastic, wood, I don't care what it is, right? It's a spirit that's on that thing. Read that for me, King.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Oh, house of who?
O house of Israel.
This is the Most High speaking to Israelites. Period.
Uh,
Read.
verse 2. Thus says Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen,
Hold up. Slow down. Learn what?
not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen. Hold that 1 second, King. Hold that 1 second. Can I get another scripture? Let me get Deuteronomy 12. Start at verse 29 and read down to 31. Because we going to make a point. Learn not the way of the heathen. So let's find out what the heathen was doing. Let's find out what they be doing. Let's find out what kind of spirit they in. Let's do that.
So, chapter 12, verse
29.
which
Start
one?
at 29.
No, no.
Hmm.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 29. When Yahweh thy Elohim shall cut off the nations from before thee, where thou goest to possess them, and thou succeedest them, and dwellest in their land. Verse 30. Take heed to thyself.
Take heed to what?
Take heed to thyself,
Watch yourself. Read.
that thou be not snared by following them.
Snared means put into a trap, a hole. This whole illusion of Christmas is a snare and a trap. It's a hole, right? It makes you fall into what? Idolatry. It's set up that way. Read.
After that, they be destroyed from before thee, and that thou inquire not after their gods.
Don't even inquire about their gods. In other words, how they worship their gods and how they do this and how they do that. Why? Because that tree has a spirit on it. Stay away from the family members that are into that. We your family now. Why? Because we're on one accord. We're in one spirit, and we know that that is pagan. We know that that's not of God. Read.
Saying, how did these nations serve their gods? And like you just said, even so will I do likewise.
Even so, may you do likewise. Why? Because when you start to ask those type of things in that type of manner, in that type of spirit, you're in that spirit. You're now saying, you know what? Listen, how they do that? How they do this? Now you're intrigued about this. You're intrigued about that. And then the whole totality, guess what? You're falling into that idolatry, that snare that the nation have set a trap for. That nation has set the trap for you. Keep on reading one more verse.
Verse 30, verse 30.
31.
Oh, no, it's like 31.
Gone.
31. Thou shalt not do so unto Yahweh thy Elohim, for every abomination to Yahweh, which he hateth, have they done unto their gods. For even their sons and their daughters they have burnt in the fire to their gods.
Because that's what you're doing in a sense when you're teaching your kids this. You're putting them in the fire. Literally, you're definitely putting them in the fire, right? I'm gonna read this in the NIV, verse 30. You should not worship the Lord your God in that way. For every abominable thing that the Lord hates, they have done for their gods. The Most High don't want you to serve him the way those other nations serve their gods. We're set apart, right? We worship our God the way our God designed us to worship him, not to follow behind their gods, right? It, for they even burn their sons and their daughters in the fire to their gods, because that's what you're doing when you're teaching your children about going to go get a Christmas tree, going to put gifts under it, and all of this other stuff. Because when you go back to Jeremiah and you continue on reading, it says they deck the tree with silver and gold, and they do all of this stuff that's not what we supposed to be doing. So, lock it out of one. Go ahead, go ahead, Elder. I'm sorry. I'll land right there.
No,
And
that
Con,
no, that was excellent, King, because you're bringing it out and it's on top. Can I be heard? Can I
now
be
we
heard?
can hear you.
Yeah, I hear the other one.
Okay, no, you're bringing it out, brother. So that's what it's supposed to be, man. We can't be caught up with that, right? Yeah, and also you mentioned, look, when we first started, we showed the people that look, Christmas is pagan as hell. It has nothing to do with the Most High. So us following these pagan customs is going to bring wrath and anger from the Most High down on us, right? All right. So just a couple more scripts. All right. Can you see my screen?
Con,
You see the PowerPoint?
Kind of one. Let me see the PowerPoint.
All right. So we talk about a lot of us going to debt buying Christmas gifts. We don't want to be ostracized from our family. You know, Christmas brings a spirit of ungrateful children too, right? Let's talk about that because
Con.
these little, excuse my language, these little bastards, if they're not raised right, and I can say that because I got 3 of them running around right now. But I teach them that there's no such thing as Christmas. We just got off dealing with Hanukkah. Those is righteous gatherings and high holy days and feast days that we should look up to, not Christmas. But when we start teaching our people from teaching our children from when they're young, right? That this is what is acceptable. I will buy you whatever you want come December 25th. First of all, you under the wrong vibration because we already told you December 25th. If anybody was to research it, that's a demon and pagan day. It goes into sun worshiping and all that foolishness. So why you won't buy your son or daughter a gift on the 25th? Then when the child gets a gift from at least, let's say 2, 3 years old, all the way up till they turn teenagers, what do you think gonna happen? They expect that gift right now. And if you telling them no, brother, it's a problem. So I just want to let me bring this out real quick. I don't know. Let me see if this is gonna work. Let me see if this is gonna work. It's gonna work. I had a nice little TikTok, man. Let me see.
Oh, the songs I wanted to say earlier about what Sergeant McCarty was saying, how the children was like, you know, so again they bring their children to the fire
Oh
and
yeah,
give them like bring them to and sacrificing other gods. It's like the same. Why do you think when some children, when children they see Santa Claus, they say go Santa's up, then you know they bust out crying like as if they seen a demon or something? I mean,
right,
should I be telling y'all something like that? And they
right,
be like, oh,
right.
it's okay. No, it's not.
Con. All right. So again, let me try this again. Let me know if you can hear the volume.
The volume.
I don't know what it is. I'm sharing my audio. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, but the volume ain't good. But you know what? Real quick, just for reference, just watch you. It's these kids getting gifts and they don't like the gift that they get and they just rebelling. Y'all can see it pretty much. It speak for itself.
Smashing the TV up. Madness.
Cause she ain't get what she wanted, right? Now this dude said, I wanted a Samsung, bro. What the hell is this, bro? Literally, that's what he's saying. Now, when I was coming up, you know, if I did that, y'all wouldn't be hearing from me right now because I'd have been in the afterlife right now. I'd have been in the spirit world right now. I'd have been put to death. This little kid threw the TV down and stepped on it because he said it ain't a Samsung. You see what I'm saying? But this is what we raise, not we as Israelites, but we as black folk, because we gotta the good gotta suffer for the bad. So yeah, this is what we as black people raise, not us, but ones of us.
Man, I'd have to break that girl that doing something like that.
Right. You got, but Edomites is wicked as hell, so we don't care about them. They always been little brats anyway. So what the hell we care about Edomites anyway? You know what I'm saying?
Uh-oh. Yeah, so it was
Hey, Salak, is somebody saying something? Hey, y'all can hear me, right? Is my volume on?
Come on, yeah, we hear you, other one.
And you notice throughout these videos, what's in the background?
A spirit
That
in the
spirit,
household, man.
that tree, that spirit that manifests itself in the tree, right? That evergreen tree that these pagans, that Tammuz and Nimrod and all that foolishness used to they put up in commemoration of that, right?
Deck it with silver and gold all the time.
Exactly. And now you got kids running around like little demons. I wonder why. He got I don't know if the PS4, 5, whatever. This little dude threw the
He looked like it was a PS4. He threw it because it wasn't a PS5. Like that's what it looked like.
even
Crazy.
the little girls, man. She's like, this is not what I want. This ain't what I want. Not what we the ones raising them like this.
Facts.
You
Bring
see what
that
I'm
out.
Khan.
Well, that's why drop kick the right dead in his face.
And that's the reason why, Salake, and that's the reason why I agree with Yashawan when he said, "Oh, we want to do it for the children. This is what you're doing it for your children to act like this." No,
Exactly.
man. No, it's a spirit on that thing, man. It's a wicked spirit on that thing, man.
Right. Hey, you remember this artist named Trick Daddy? You remember Trick Daddy?
Yeah, I remember Trick Daddy.
Remember you used to have a saying, Trick love the kids?
Yep, Trick love the kids. I remember that. Yep, I remember that.
And that's exactly what our people is doing, saying, oh, I'm doing it for the kids. It's for the kids. I love the kids. Nah, but you ain't raising them right. You're not raising them right. This dude throwing, she mad because it's a Tesla. Come on now. 60-70% of black folk, they can't afford a Tesla right now. She want a Mercedes Benz. If you don't get yourself on out of here, man. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that out real quick.
It reminds me of that Deuteronomy 12 and 31. It reminds me of that scripture when we pass them through the fire, because we bringing them into the. When you teaching your kids stuff, you putting them in that fire. You putting them in that snare. You putting them in that trap. You setting them up to be in that spiritual wickedness. That's what you're doing.
Khan. What am I doing here? Am I still sharing my screen?
Yeah, it's the Blue Letter Bible app we see right now.
You see the Blue Letter Bible app? All right,
Come
let
on.
me get Cyrac 30. Let me get Cyrac 30, man.
Man, dang on, man. Boy, dang on daughter Thompson. She ain't want to take it. Come on, man.
Nah, she wanted a Mercedes. I don't want no electric car. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Okay. Now if that's a electric car now, okay, I might accept that one, because an electrical car, no.
Brother.
Yeah, man.
I'll take. You know what? Right now, we not in a position to pick and choose. Right now, if somebody's giving you a car, right, and it happens to be an electric car. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna make no qualms. Take it. Even if you don't want it, flip it, sell it, go buy what you want. But at least be grateful and say, "Hey, this is what I want." Right?
Remember that old saying, Elder? Beggars can't be choosers, right?
I'm telling you. And them little kids, once they dependent on their family, they little beggars. Dad, can I have this? Mom, can I have? Yeah, you little beggars. Yeah, I'm supposed to provide as a parent, but at the end of the day, beggars are not choosers, right?
That's a fact. It goes against Proverbs 22. It says, train up a child. You train your child up in that instead of training them up in the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what you're gonna get. I'll land. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna get that next. So
And
we get Cyrac 30 and 9.
Did they catch it? That's right, 39.
Yeah, start at verse 9.
Verse 18, my bad. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 30, verse 9. Conquer thy child, and he should make thee afraid.
Right. You keep playing with your kids, right? You keep cuddling them, right? Read on.
Play with him, and he will bring thee to heaviness.
Yeah, because he gonna think everything is a game because you keep playing with them. I'm not saying don't be friendly to your child. I'm not saying don't love your child, but don't make everything a game with them, right? And it tells you, read verse 10.
Verse 10. Laugh not with him, lest thou have sorrow with him.
Right, because you didn't want to be, or you didn't want to be, you didn't want to put discipline in him. So when he goes off, then you're gonna have sorrow in him. Read on,
And lest thou gnash thy teeth in the end.
because you're gonna be saying, "Damn, I should have taught him. I should have did this when he was younger. Now he running the streets. You can't tell him nothing now, or tell her nothing now, right?" Verse 11.
Give him no liberty in his youth.
Read that one more time.
Give him no liberty in his youth.
Read on, and wait.
And wink not at his follies.
Right. So when we go back, right, to that video, and you saw them doing stupid stuff, right? Right? Like doing stuff like this, back talking. Immediately, she's on punishment because she's a little too old for the belt right there. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But immediately, she's getting punished. You come out your face, you talking smack like that, and a parent done bought you a car, regardless of what kind of car. Nah, no folly. Read that one more time, King.
All right. Give
Start at
him
verse. Start at verse.
start
Start at
with
verse
verse,
8. Start at verse
verse
8. Out
8.
of one.
Oh,
All
go
right.
up to 8. Yeah, start at 8.
Verse 8. And horse not broken becometh headstrong,
Right?
and a child left to himself will be willful.
Yeah, you leave them to their own devices, then they start telling you, I don't want this. You give them a gift, they take it up and smash it right in front of your face. Why? Because they are headstrong. Like the scripture says, a horse not broken becometh headstrong.
Let
So
me
the
read.
time to break them was when they're young. Hold on. I just wanted to get verse 12. That's the heart of the matter, what I wanted.
All
Right?
right.
Verse
This is
12.
verse 12. Bow down his neck and her neck too while he is young.
That's the point, because that goes back to verse 8. A horse not broken becometh headstrong. So verse 12 says, bow down his neck while he is young, or while she is young. So if you was bowing down this little girl's neck when she was young, you think she would have the audacity to go get a hammer? Yeah, hold on. Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing while I'm talking? Y'all seeing the TikTok while I'm talking, right?
Yeah, we see the child beating the TV again.
Exactly. If her neck was bowed down from when she was young, she would not be doing this. She would not be doing that. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no
All
way.
he got,
Same
all
thing with
he
this
got,
dude too. Go ahead.
all he got to do, man, is put a boot to their face and they'll be all right. So
Right.
they gonna scratch or nothing, man. Forget that. I don't care nobody talk that child know that and that's discipline. I bought him
Right.
something and he sat there and tear it up, wasting my money. No, man, I'll mess around. I'll mess around, try to kick his head off his shoulders.
Could I read this in the good news? The same scripture where you at? I don't want. I'm gonna just
Come.
read this in the good news translation real quick. This is Sirach 30, and I'm gonna start at verse 8 in the GNT. An
Come.
untamed horse is going to be stubborn, and an undisciplined son or daughter is no different. If you pamper your child and play with him, he will be a disappointment and a source of grief. Verse 10. Laugh with him not. Salakia, laugh with him now, and in one day you will have to cry over him, grinding your teeth in regret. Verse 11. Don't don't give him freedom while he is young, and don't overlook what he does wrong. Verse 12. Whip him while he is still a child,
Good
and
Lord.
make him respect your authority. If you
Read that one
don't,
more time. Slocky. Read that one more time. Zach.
verse
Bring
12.
that out.
verse 12 in the GNT. This is Sirach chapter 30, verse 12 in the GNT. Whip him while he is still a child, and make him respect your authority.
Now
If
hold on, Slack it, hold that. If we as a people that did that, this little monster on the screen right now would not be doing that.
right,
And if we
facts,
took this demonic image, this demonic tree out of our house, they wouldn't be doing this either. Read on.
facts. Let me start at the top. Verse 12. Whip him while he is still a child, and make him respect your authority. If you don't, he will be stubborn and disobedient and cause you nothing but sorrow.
Con, and that applies to all of them, every single one of them, both male and female. Right?
Facts.
Get Proverbs 22:6.
The Proverbs 20, verse 26, or 26,
22:6.
or 26. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Right. So once they get older, they're gonna remember those disciplined days. They're gonna remember you taught them right from wrong. They're gonna remember you taught them about the commandments. They're gonna remember you taught them about Passover, first fruits, Feast of Tabernacles. They're gonna remember all of that. They're gonna remember that, yeah, I was raised not to eat certain things. They're gonna remember to honor their mother and father. See, our people, we don't train up our children the way they should go. So when they get a little bit older, you damn right they depart from it. Right? So this goes into what we're saying about this type of behavior is in this type of year, this time of the year, which is so-called Christmas, because we're under the vibration of that, right? So now let's move on. Mass layoffs this time of year. We don't have to even get into that. We already know it's a lot of layoffs going off now. The scripture said there shall be no work in Egypt, man. All this is just prophecies that's being fulfilled, and our people is making it worse. Because
I said,
why? They got us in a trick bag, and we don't want to get up out of it. And we constantly pissing the Most High off over and over and over again, right? So when you piss the Most High off over and over again, what do you think is going to happen? That's the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. You got something you want to bring out, King?
on the scripture you just said, there'll be no work in Egypt. I think I've seen that in First or Second Kings, if I can remember.
You want to
Can't
bring
remember
it
the
out?
chapter. So what if I can remember the chapters? Matter of fact, I used in one of my lessons one time.
You you have different scriptures. You could use the one about the grind mill ceasing. There shall be no longer shall be heard in her, right? That's also in Revelation. Also, it's talk about there shall be no more work in Egypt, also, which is Babylon, which is America, right? But
Uh,
we'll come back to that, right? In the interest of time, because we've been going on 3 hours now, right? So let's move on to the next slide. It says the worst time. This is the worst time of year. You know that silly ass song they play, talk about it's the most wonderful time of the year. No, it's not. It's the worst time of the year, man.
so a wonderful time of the year is gonna be when we see America get blowed up.
Elder, are you speaking? We can't hear you if you're speaking.
After you talking, somebody's want to know what his volume.
Yeah, he had to step out 1 second. He probably having a bad issue with StreamYard. Just bear with us 1 second, family. Bear with us 1 second. Bear with us 1 second. As soon as the elder come back in, we'll just pick it up from right there where he left off at. He was having issues with his StreamYard earlier.
He still is. He probably don't know he can't even hear him.
Yeah, he left. He's not even here no more. It's just me and you here, King. Do me a favor, King. Until he come back, read Jeremiah 10:3.
Let me get back there.
Come on.
Hey, Salakia, I got cut out.
Oh, you back? Oh yeah, we hear you now.
Where did I get cut off from?
You was about to go. You was about to open up your and share. You was about to share something.
Dealing with what?
Talk about all the people getting laid off their jobs.
Okay, Salakia. All right, y'all can see me now.
Yep, we see you sharing something.
All right. You see what I'm saying? Can you see me?
We hear you.
You don't see?
We see that you're trying to share something. It could be my side that's moving slow. Wait 1 second, because I just see like when you get ready to share something. Yeah, only thing I seen was the StreamYard, that's backstage rather. That's all I seen.
All right. You can see it. What about now? What are you seeing? You see the PowerPoint?
You see it?
Yep, we see the PowerPoint now. Yep.
All right, so we're talking about mass layoffs, right? But in the interest of time, we pretty much know what it is. Every year around this time of year is always layoffs, right? It's always layoffs. It's like companies, they purposely wait till this time of year to lay people off. And a lot of our people are so loyal to companies. I'm going to tell y'all something, man. You go where the money is at. You know what I mean? Now, what do I mean by that? If you have an opportunity to get a better paying job with better benefits, by all means, go. But use wisdom, though, right? Don't be bouncing around. But at the same time, if you have a certain amount of time accumulated, right, and certain benefits tied to the job, well, then, do what you got to do, stay there. But it's a situation using wisdom, right? Again, Esau's the devil. Every time of year, this time of year, he will choose to lay people off. That adds more to the psychological effects that Christmas has on our people.
Facts.
All right. This is the worst time of year dealing with alcohol and drug abuse. Worst time of year, right? Because in addition to the layoffs, all of this stuff that we was talking about, right? From the family, you being ostracized, you're going into debt, trying to buy gifts. Your kids is ungrateful. You don't know if your job gonna lay you off. And you know what happened? Our people turn to the bottle. That's what happens, right? Let me get Isaiah 5:11. You see my screen? They show you the blue letter right now, King?
Go on.
This is the book Isaiah.
Oh, go ahead, King.
This is the book Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 11. Woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink, that continue until night, till wine inflame them.
That goes on a lot now. Whether it be at the Christmas party, right? It seems like some people, for some reason, want to show want to show their ass around Christmas time, so-called Christmas time, right? It's like a spirit just get on them and they feel as though, yeah, this is the time for me to get loose. But here's the thing. I wonder where they got that from. Could it be that this holiday was rooted in this, right? The Roman Triple X Diddy party freak off. So around December 25th, they was doing this thousands of years ago. And that demon from back then is still alive. That spirit is still alive, man, doing wicked, unseemly things. And you know what? When you drinking, it just lowers your inhibition and make you feel like, hey, I'm gonna go with it. I'm pretty sure that's how a lot of them people at the Diddy party was doing it too. They would get drunk and take drugs. Next thing you know, they woke up. All type of things then transpired when they was asleep. But to bring it back, or not asleep, but under the influence, to bring it back to the topic that we're talking about, right? And this time, this is a demonic time, and there'll be people get attacked on all different fronts. Because again, they're going through so much. And a lot of our people turn to the bottle more so now in this time than any other, right? That was it on that. Isaiah 5 and 11.
Uh,
Let me get Ephesians 5:18. Because it's okay to drink. We all drink, right? But it's how much are you drinking? Especially not in this spirit. Right, when everything you turn on the radio, all you're hearing is holly jolly, all that foolishness, right? Everywhere you go, you see Christmas trees. You got to keep your guard up so the enemy don't come in and get you. So when you drinking in excess, you lower your guard, and that's how the enemy come in. Read on.
this is the book of Ephesians, or the epistle of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 18. And be not drunk with wine, where in excess, but be filled with the Spirit.
Right. So it says, don't be in excessively drunk. You can drink, because I know at certain high holy days and certain feast days, we do drink, but to be merry, to be around one another, right? As what the scripture says, forsake not the assembling of one another, right? So when we get together under the banner of the Most High in Christ, it's okay to, have a drink, feel good, but not where you're falling out and it's all excessive, and damn sure not under this vibration. Not under this
Especially,
vibration. Yeah, go ahead.
especially then you're going to turn into a brawler after that. You know what it said? It's a rock about, you know what I'm saying, being brave when you drunk.
Exactly. You met the liquor talk for you, right? Take you
Right.
over. Next thing you know, you you become the super warrior that you wasn't before,
To my 10 tribe brothers and sisters, they love to drink that coquito. It's called coquito. It's like an eggnog mixed with like some sort of Puerto Rican rum or something. It's called coquito though. They shave the coconut down. They get it all in the spirit, man. And they get them coquitos in them systems. Woo. They be out there, man.
Damn, Ephraim say, why you coming for me, Judah? Yeah, that's it. We know Proverbs 23:20 and Sirach 31:28. Let's get Proverbs 23:20.
All right, so that's in here.
23:20.
All right. There's a book of Proverbs, chapter 23, verse 28. She also lieth in wait as for a prey,
Nah,
and
Salakia.
increase.
Proverbs chapter 23, verse 20.
Verse 20.
I got another one. Be not among wine bibbers, among riotous eaters of flesh.
Don't be among savages. That's the best way to sum that up, man. Because they call Christ a wine bibber, right? And a man that eat flesh. But they was mocking Yahushua because Christ drank wine, right? And he ate lamb and fish and all of that. There's nothing wrong with that. But again, the context is being excessive, right? And it's gonna tell you, read verse 21.
Verse 21, for the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty.
So it says, be not wine bibbers among riotous eaters of flesh. So is this saying don't drink wine and don't eat meat? No, it's not saying that, because again, Christ was called a wine bibber. At least they say, is not this man a wine bibber? and drink of and eat of flesh, right? So Christ drank wine and he ate lamb and whatnot, but the context is in verse 21 for the drunkard. What's a drunkard? Somebody who drinks excessively. And what's a glutton? Somebody who eats excessively. So it's talking about being excessive with this. We're not saying don't drink or don't eat, but in this time, under this spirit, that's a no-go, because the spirit is going to come to you. And read that one more time, Zach, verse 21.
Verse 21, for the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty.
Poverty. So now here come January 1st. You ain't got a dollar. You ain't got like they said, a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Why? Because you done blew your money back on what? Gifts that you never had, trying to impress ungrateful children, family, you know what I mean? You taking out Klarna. There was a video I wanted to show about, them buy now, pay later loans. Them things is getting out of hand, right? And if it's an emergency, you got to do what you got to do. I get that, but not for no damn Christmas present now. That's crazy, right? So that's not what you need to be in. Slaka, you was gonna say something, King?
And sometimes talking about drink and drink also. She said drink and drink also, not just Ephraim. Hold on, man. We ain't gonna talk about the drink champs. It's a car. It's the drink champs. And they gotta be drunk and they gotta drink their hands down. It's car got us beat. Ephraim and Judah.
God,
Tell me I'm lying.
Nah, but you know what? In all but all tribes got that stigma. Every tribe.
Facts. Facts.
Every single tribe. Because you might go to the tribe of Levi. They get you that
Baba Court.
Baba on court. Oh my God. My brother Masha and Palaya put me on to that. That Baba on court is that rum. Good Lord. Knock you on your feet. But again, it's okay in moderation. But like we read in Proverbs 23 and 21, don't be a drunkard, because it's going to lead to poverty. Times is already hard right now. So why are you out here being excessive with it under this vibration of so-called Christmas, right? Let me get Sirach 31.
Right. This is book of Sirach chapter.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, which verse?
31. Let me see. 28. 31, 28. Let me know when you got it.
All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 31, verse 28. Why immeasurably drunk and in season bringeth gladness of the heart and cheerfulness of the mind.
Key word, it says in season, like what? The Passover. That's a righteous season. You could have wine during the Passover. You're supposed to, because when we give the toast, right? When Christ said, what? Drink. Yeah, right? The wine is symbolic to his blood. The bread is symbolic to his flesh, where he gave for us, right? It's all symbolism, right? And a sacrifice. Right. So you can drink and have a good time, right? But the most important thing is in season, in the right season. Tabernacles, it's okay to have a drink as long as you're not falling out, right? When we gather together, even after the Sabbath, y'all have Sabbath get-togethers and stuff. At the end of the Sabbath, you want to have a little wine, so be it, because it's in season. And what is it doing? It's bringing gladness. Read it again.
Verse of
28.
The heart and cheerfulness of the mind.
Right. But read on. Let's see what else.
Verse 29. But wine drunken with excess makes bitterness of the mind. So basically, if you somebody just over drinking, then that's mind, because that's trying to go left somewhere, and it's gonna make you feel, it's gonna make you bitter, make you upset. But let me keep reading.
Yeah, read 29 again.
But wine drunken with excess maketh bitterness of the mind.
Yes, just one more time, a little slower. But wine drunken with excess. right?
Excess.
Right. 2 or 3 bottles, right? You might have 1 bottle of coquito, but you don't over OD. You got 3, 4 bottles, and you know you got to drive. You know you got to make it home. Either got to probably work tomorrow, or you never had it like that because you just paid bills. You don't really have it like that to be buying 4 or 5 bottles. Anyway, now we Israelites, imagine brothers and sisters who are not in the truth buying Don Julio. That thing tastes okay to me. It's not worth me spending hundreds of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Or what's the other one they got? Casamigos. And I'm not a tequila dude, but when I get wine, that's what they try to sell. They try to sell us
Patron,
that. What's Patron?
the
Bro,
Patron.
Patron, it's okay. But Captain Zakaria, you gonna say, hey Elder, you gonna spend like 400 or 500 on a couple of bottles?
La ah.
Right? We said it's gonna bring us to poverty for Proverbs, right? 23, right? So now
And I
where
was
we at?
living,
Oh, I'm sorry, Yeshua, you were saying something?
and I was living in Louisiana.
Yes,
That's
sir.
all me and my cousin used to do is drink on Patron. Every time I was working the oil field and I got off the boat, I bought me 2 bottles of Patron every single time. Me and my cousins get fried.
There you go. What you say? You got fried like chicken?
I mean, like we just got licked.
Now ratchet that up times 10 on December 25th.
Uh,
Around this time and talk about Mary, you know what, under that vibration. See, this time of year, brothers and sisters, that's where the all type of accidents be happening. People get maimed and killed, and all type of stuff be going on. Just be spirits out there, man. You know what I'm saying? And talking about spirits, finish verse 29.
verse 29. But wine drunken with excess maketh bitterness of the mind, was brawling and quarreling.
And that goes back to what Captain Zakaria was saying about people they drink, they get a spirit on them, then they come out of themselves and they turn into something other than themselves. And you're like, whoa, dude, you wasn't acting like this before. What do they call it? Liquid courage. Courage
Uh,
in a bottle. Because before you would have never think twice to say certain things to another brother who might be twice your size, or you know what I mean. That brother might be trained in certain arts. He might be a boxer, whatever. You just keep it respectful and keep it moving. Nah, you don't have you don't hit your limit and over. Now I never liked you in the first place. Like, what? Where's all this coming from? You know what? Fuck you, man. And you're like, whoa, what? And then just do one of them sloppy swings or whatever.
Mm, ugly.
So it brings out the brawling and the quarreling, right? So like it, verse 30. I'm sorry, I'm not dragging.
verse 30. Drunkenness increaseth the rage of a fool till he offend.
So if you love to get drunk, you're a fool. That's what the scripture's calling you. If you can't control your liquor, you're a fool. If you can't maintain, especially in this season, which is the pagan demonic season, you're a fool, right? Read on.
It diminishes strength and maketh wounds.
Yeah, physical and psychological wounds. Because now you got to see the person you was talking smack to, because you probably don't remember. Now they looking at you sideways and funny. You're like, damn, what did I say? Brother, you don't remember? Oh man, I got it on video. You know what I'm saying? You like, damn.
I want to read that in a good news translation if I could. I don't want.
Yes, sir. Bring it out.
This is Sirach 30, 31. Salakia, Sirach 31. I'm going to start at verse 20. It's chapter 31. And I'm going to start at verse 27 in the GNT. Wine can put new life into you if you drink it in moderation. What would life be like without it? Wine was created to make us happy. Verse 28, if you drink it in moderation and at the right time, it can lift your spirits and make you cheerful. 29, but if you drink when you are angry and upset, it leads to headaches, embarrassment, and disgrace. A drunken fool can lose his temper and hurt himself. His drinking makes him weak and an easy target for angry blows.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Um,
That makes it straight to the point. You want to say something, Yashua?
yeah, I was about to say, I hope Escobar's listening to that.
Con. Nah. Hey, we all gotta listen to that. We all gotta listen to
God.
that, man.
And no, I ain't talking about my brother Escobar. I'm talking about his whole tribe.
The whole tribe. No, but again, the whole nation of Israel gotta listen to that. Judah,
I mean, yeah, that
Benjamin,
too, but we don't. We
Levi
ain't
too.
drinking champions like they'll know.
Levi, Benjamin, especially Benjamin. I gotta listen to that. I'm Benjamin. I don't even
Simeon.
Oh my God, Simeon. Yeah,
Benjamin likes ganja.
well, not all now. I'm Benjamin. I don't like ganja. So you can't throw us all in the box now, brother. Don't be a vexer of spirits, Judah.
Judas and nothing. God.
Right. Okay, verse 31. I got two more scriptures, then I'm done. Verse 31, brother.
Verse 31. Rebuke not thy neighbor at the wine, and despise him not in his mirth.
Right. So when he's saucy, it's hard for you to talk to him. So don't even get into that. Just let him, that people say, let him sleep it off. You know what I mean? Let him sober up. Get him some water. Go get some couple of gallon jugs of water here, brother. Just drink. You can't even, yo, brother, you going off. You can't even do that in the midst while he's drunk. You see what I'm saying? You can't rebuke him while he's in his wine, is in his mirth. Right? Read on.
All right. Give him no despiteful words, and press not upon him with urging him to drink.
And another thing too, if you know a brother got issues with the bottle, we should not be quick to offer him a drink
Encourage. Yep.
or encourage him. Yeah, don't
Or force
encourage
it
him.
on neither.
Yeah, don't do it. So if you know a brother got an issue, don't be like as after festivities or sundown or whatever. Brothers like, yo, let's go to dinner, let's drink, let's. If you know that brother's like that, don't even offer that brother. You know, because that's being a brother to a brother, right?
Could I read 31 in the GNT real quick?
Con.
Verse 31. Never rebuke a person when you have both been drinking. Don't hurt his feelings while he is having a good time.
Yep.
It is not the time to criticize anyone
Exactly.
or to ask him to pay back a debt. Damn.
Yo, brother, that tab at the bar was about, you know what I'm saying? Your card was declined. He's about to he's drunk. He ain't thinking about that right now, But listen, this all goes back to what we was talking about in the spirit, right? This is the worst time of year for alcohol and drug abuse. We're not going to get into drug abuse because I will hope none of us here is familiar with that because we're not into drugs. But if a brother is struggling with drugs right now, these scriptures just substitute alcohol for the drugs. But only thing, there's a no drug policy. So you got to quit or you got to get yourself some help. All right.
God, the facts.
Is you seeing my screen, King?
God, we seeing the screen? Yep, we see the screen.
All right. So I'm gonna end with this, right? The Most High in Christ is the only way. Let me get Romans 12:2. Matter of fact, I'll read it. Romans chapter 12, verse 2, it says, and be not conformed to this world. This world is the traditions of this world. This world is everything that goes on in this world that people put their stock in. You don't put your spirit in, don't put your heart in, right? But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. We all used to celebrate Christmas at some point or another before we came into this truth, because none of us was born knowing scriptures and knowing breakdowns and wearing fringes. Like, come on now, you wasn't born with fringes. You was born naked, right? Like we all were, like Christ was. And we grew into this and we became who we are. And the Lord plucked us out of this world. The difference, Christ was born perfect though. But with us, we were born and we was partakers of the world. So Paul is saying, be not conformed to this world. Now that you're in the truth, it's time to let it go. Right? That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. right? You also have to be perfect in the sight of the Most High and acceptable. Because what? You are a sacrifice. Most High don't want no lame sacrifice. You can't. That's what caused Cain to go off too. He didn't give the righteous sacrifice, right? You can't sacrifice certain things to the Lord. Only the best. So that means you got to be acceptable to the Lord, and you got to be the best. So how do you be the best? Get out of this world. Don't be conformed to it, right? 1 Peter 2:9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar, which means set apart. We all know, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who called you out of darkness. Like when we used to celebrate Christmas, that was darkness, into his marvelous light. Now we not in it. Now we got to go back and get our people who's in there, the ones who want to get out, right? So with that, I end. Not unless brothers have more scriptures or something they want to go into. That's pretty much it for me. I pray you glean some information from this. And let me apologize again. I messed up with the StreamYard. I'm going to get better, goddammit. I'm going to do a class Wednesday again. I'm going to keep doing it till I get better. Right? So, Salakia, I apologize for this janky ass StreamYard. But the point is, you got the message, and by the grace of the Most High, hopefully the word went out, not void.
That's that's an excellent class. No honor, go and praise to the Most High. Everybody should check on the bottom. You know what I'm saying? If you want to donate, go ahead and donate. You know what I'm saying? It'd be highly appreciated. And also, I want y'all to look at this behind me. My wife had made this beautiful banner. If you want a banner or a wall decor from her, you know what I'm saying? Hit her up. I back tonight for LOI.
That's right. All praise. Yeah, hit the brother up, man. Yeah, the sister, she has skills. She's blessed. She made a couple of banners for LOI. Yeah. I don't know if she has a website or a contact. If anybody want to reach out to her.
A contact. We're working on it.
Okay.
We just matter of fact, just if anybody ever just want one, just go to the group chat and I'll let her know.
All praises, all praises. All right, brothers and sisters. So Captain Zach, you have anything you want to close with?
Yep. I just want to give all glory and honor to Yahweh Bahashem Hamashiach Yahushai. Great lesson, Elder. Great lesson. Very well put together. I like everything that you touched on. Definitely edifying. Passover is March 31st. The meet and greet. Passover is April 1st. Put your donations in. Get your donations in. Please get your donations in for that. Make sure y'all handle that. Time is upon us. It's ticking. Right? Make sure y'all take care of that. Again, great lesson, Elder. Great lesson. 9 p.m. tonight. The good brother Micah Allah from LOI, Colorado. Class is at 9 p.m.
I'll be on.
It's on Revelations 21. Right? The brother's going to go into a little bit of prophecy and stuff of that. So make sure y'all tune in for that. Make sure y'all sharing all of these classes. Make sure y'all doing all of that. I love y'all. LOI and Nation of Israel. Ahabatham. Yabashim Shabarakatham. Shalom.
Shalom. Yahabatham.
All praises to the Most High.
Right now, somebody is hating on you, and me. This is what we gonna tell them. I'm in a whole different stratosphere. Vision is sharp, and my path is clear. On my purpose, plus I'm eloquent. Your opinion of me is irrelevant. I'm in a whole different stratosphere. Vision is sharp, and the path is clear. On my purpose, plus I'm eloquent. Your opinion of me is irrelevant. Does it matter what they say about me? Cause I know God don't play about me. Rumors don't matter if they aren't true. The reason they mad is cause they aren't you. They aren't blessed, they aren't highly favored. They're just jealous that somebody made it. Words may hurt, but it didn't kill. And you can't break what you didn't build. Use these words as an affirmation. Don't let them distract you from your aspiration. Let the hatred feed your inner beast, but always keep God as your centerpiece. What that mean? You gotta be in B with it. Always. Don't stand for nothing, then you need to sit and watch the real soldiers take a risk. If you relate to this, then homie, make a fist. I'm in a whole different stratosphere. Vision is sharp and my path is clear. On my purpose, plus I'm eloquent. Your opinion of me is irrelevant. I'm in a whole different stratosphere. Vision is sharp and the path is clear. On my purpose, plus I'm eloquent. Your opinion of me is irrelevant. If the keyboard is crazy and the drum pad is kicking, you can pass me the mic. I'm about to start spitting. Will they love me, feel me, relate to me, lyrically, hate me, despise me, corrupt inside spiritually? It's the times that we're living in. No selling my soul, there's no giving in. I ain't waiting on a Judas purse. Train till the arms are bulging through the shirts. Get the picture, that's what cameras do. Protect what I own, I got hammers too. Prefer peace and I'm praying on it. Club Shade, let Damon weigh in on it. Use these words as an affirmation. Don't let them distract you from your aspiration. Knowledge and wisdom helps you free yourself, and success will find you, so be yourself. I'm in a whole different stratosphere. Vision is sharp and my path is clear. On my purpose, plus I'm eloquent. Your opinion of me is irrelevant. I'm in a whole different stratosphere. Vision is sharp and the path is clear. On my purpose, plus I'm eloquent. Your opinion of me is irrelevant. I need y'all to say that every day. We on a